Yes, Margaret. Oh, good, good. Go ahead and send him in, please.
Hello, Father.
Tell me, you do a lot of exercising besides the running?
Yes, I do.
Working out your hostilities?
No, Father, I don't have hostilities. I'm preparing for celibacy.
Well, you may not have to.
What?
You may not have to prepare for celibacy or the priesthood. Monsignor Burke has been having second thoughts about some of the seminarians, and in our last meeting, your name came up.
Why would my name come up?
Well, he says you are immature. He says you're not ready to be a deacon. And he thinks you should take a year off to decide whether or not you really want to be a priest, which is Latin for get lost.
Kill him.
Oh, without hostility, of course.
I'm going to talk to him.
Mark, wait. I talked to Monsignor Burke on your behalf. And next Wednesday, you're going to be made a priest, a deacon, just like the rest of them. But as far as I can see and hear, you're not like the rest of them.
Thank you for your help with Monsignor Burke.
It's okay.
Is there anything else?
Well, as a matter of fact, there is. My good deed did not go unpunished. You've been assigned to me.
I beg your pardon?
You've been assigned to me. Monsignor Burke let you by with the condition that I work with you.
What does he think you can teach me that I won't learn at seminary?
You know, contrary to what you might think, I'm one of the best priests in the diocese. I'm not bragging. That's just how things are.
You may be good and popular, but that doesn't mean you can teach me what I need to learn.
You don't want to be popular?
No.
Do you want to be a priest?
Yes.
Then shut up and do what I tell you to do. I've broken down our work into 3 lessons. Lesson number 1, sermons. At some point, you're going to have to give a sermon. Father DeNicola dropped off your sermons that you preached for his homiletics class last semester, and I haven't had a chance to look at them yet. So let's just begin with your most recent sermon, shall we? So go ahead and get in the rehearsal pulpit, if you will.
The rehearsal pulpit?
You do have it memorized, don't you?
Yes, but, I mean, if you have it right there, can't you just read it?
Oh, no, I want to hear your technique.
My technique?
Yes, your technique. I've seen what you can do when someone else is in the pulpit. It's a different matter when you're in there yourself.
Jesus does not care about your mink hats and your cashmere coats and your blue hair.
Don't say you and your. Say we and our, always.
What are you doing in my sermon?
Making the corrections. Carry on.
Jesus does not care about our mink hats and our cashmere coats and our blue hair.
Scratch the blue hair. Go on.
Those things are shackles. They dim our vision. They, what's the next line? They...
Skip it. If you can't remember a line in a sermon, it probably doesn't belong. Go ahead.
How long before light and air cannot penetrate the darkness with which we shower ourselves with up?
Don't say with which. Just say which we shower ourselves with.
So sermons can't be grammatically correct now?
Sermons are to be understood. Proper grammar doesn't always help with understanding.
And I don't shower myself with objects. I don't have a mink hat, I don't have a cashmere coat, and I definitely don't have blue hair.
I'm just telling you what works.
Well, what if what works is not the truth?
Mark, do you like my sermons? mean, no? I practically have to stand in line and sign autographs after every Mass.
I've never been a fan of song and dance theology.
Oh, so now I'm Father Bojangles.
Father, maybe when you were growing up, things were different. But when I was a teenager, the church was a circus. Top 40 tunes every week, whether they apply or not. I can remember on Ascension Thursday, the praise team bust out with Leaving on a Jet Plane. When I was in the second grade, my Sunday school teacher's Bible was the Gospel according to Snoopy. I spent a year thinking Jesus was a dog. Let me say what I want from the pulpit. People will respect me for stating my position clearly.
You can state it as clearly as you like. If it's not their position, they'll turn on you.
So now we're just giving sermons to be liked?
I like being liked. It gives such a warm feeling.
You'd be liked much more for being real.
Well, this is a great way to begin. So far, you've called me a song and dance theologian and a phony. I am your teacher.
I respect standards, not positions.
You don't have to respect me or my position, but the one thing I demand that you respect is my congregation, and the pulpit is not the place to ventilate.
Right, but there are serious social and moral issues that need to be addressed from the pulpit.
Mark, your sermon is terrible.
You haven't heard the rest of it.
The rest of it could be the Sermon on the Mount, but after 2 minutes of this stuff, they're just going to turn you off.
I don't believe that.
Well, it's not a matter of faith. It's the cold, hard facts of the pulpit.
What are you suggesting I do?
I'm not suggesting. I'm telling you. Don't be such a self-righteous jerk.
I would rather be a self-righteous jerk than a people-pleasing coward.
Mark, I'm doing this for your own good. Monsignor Burke can keep you as a deacon for the next 10 years. The only thing that can influence Monsignor Burke more than I can is my congregation. So what I want you to do is preach a friendly sermon. Every sermon has a theme. You've got remember when sermons. You've got what if sermons. And you've got why sermons. Why sermons are the most fundamental. So we're going to start you off on a why sermon, and your theme is going to be why go to Mass.
Why go to Mass?
Yes, why go to Mass? And don't be afraid to be charming. There's nothing wrong with being charming. Be personal. Talk about yourself. For example, did you and your family go to Mass together when you were a boy?
Yes, but I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Did you wear a suit?
Yes. No, I wore an outfit. It was a red sports coat with a plaid vest underneath it and a tie underneath that, a clip-on tie, because I never learned to tie a real tie.
Were you good during Mass?
No, not particularly. I'd laugh a lot.
What?
I don't know. I would see a person starting to fall asleep and watching their head nod would make me laugh. And knowing I'm not supposed to laugh in Mass would only make it harder not to laugh. And pretty soon
All
I'd be...
right. What about after Mass? Where would you and your family go after Mass?
We went to the bakery.
Now, see, that's good. That's good. What did you get at the bakery?
I would get jelly donuts.
Perfect. That's great. That's just the kind of thing you have to go for.
People don't go to Mass to hear about bakeries and jelly donuts.
Mark, I've been doing this a long time, and that's exactly what they want to hear. And that's exactly what they're going to hear. The first Sunday, we have an opening in the church calendar, so I want you to get started immediately.
Immediately?
Immediately. I want you to get back to the seminary, get to work on your jelly donut sermon. But, this is very important, you always need an alternate sermon in case the one you're giving isn't working.
If it's not working, how do I know if my sermon's not working?
Coughs.
coughs?
Yeah, if you hear people coughing a lot, it means they're getting bored. Or if they start dropping songbooks everywhere, that means they're tuning you out.
That is the most ridiculous thing you've said today. How am I supposed to let the Spirit move me if I'm listening for coughs and dropping songbooks?
The Spirit move you.
Yes.
Right. Mark, here are the facts of this particular campaign we're about to embark on. If my congregation thinks you're cute and witty, that's going to make its way back to the seminary and to Monsignor Burt, and he'll begin the process of your canonization immediately. But if my congregation thinks that you're what they used to call in seminary a Bangladesh Granola-head, that's going to make its way back to the seminary as well. And they're going to ship you off to some mountain somewhere in a Trappist monastery and put you to work in a rustic bakery. Now those are your choices.
What do they bake there?